Turned on.
He's on now.
Brother just told me he on. Brother Durrell. Muhammad, I'm trying to figure out how he on it. I ain't on.
Said he on now?
Yeah, he just texted me. Said he on.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he just texted me. Said he on. Right. I know you sent it out. The way you be. I just texted him.
Peace and family, fam. Tap in to Fli-City Blackout. Fli-City Blackout. Share with a friend. Make sure our focus is on point. We in the studio right now with our brother from the nation.
We light it up like sauce in the sauce in the sauce. We light it up like sauce in the sauce in the sauce. Fli-City got some dogs in it, dogs in it, dogs. Fli-City come off authentic, authentic. We light it up like sauce in the sauce in the sauce. We light it up like sauce in the sauce in the sauce.
My city experiencing a transition from penny pinching, maximizing our dollars, multiply triple digits. I came a long way from baby jars in a project kitchen.
All right, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Share it out. Make sure you share this out. Tap in on Fli-City Blackout on Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you share it out. We want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to tap in. See, he's putting together some electrical work.
Yeah, with a house that caught on fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Put it back together.
Yeah, put it back together.
So we live. We got Sister Haynes on.
Sister Haynes, what's up? What's up, Sister Haynes?
My nephew on.
What's up, nephew? Make sure you like.
Jai.
What's up, Jai? Make sure y'all like and share. Subscribe to the channel. Share it out on your networks.
Yeah. Before I start, we were supposed to start at 6 o'clock. I was running a little behind. I'd like to ask the audience and the host, please forgive me for my tardiness, charging to my head, not my heart.
The brother normally on time. I ain't gonna hold you. The brother is normally on time. So we can't even get mad at you for this, brother.
You're talking about atonement, so maybe I'll be accepted.
We definitely talking about atonement. Man. Hoping everybody has a blessed new year. You know, we are gearing up to be doing some amazing things this year, right? Peace and hey, how you doing, Miss Sherry Allen? How you doing, Aunt Flo?
Flo in the house.
Hey,
you go Captain D.
What's up, Captain D?
Captain D, salam alaikum.
We just got
We present for peace.
We present for peace. We just got the line with good old Captain. Peace and blessings. We see you, dear.
Captain Dennis, I want to say, man, it's been a blessing to have Captain Dennis in my life.
Come on now.
Because every man need a captain.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a captain.
That's right.
Somebody that know how to put that foot in your behind, but do it with love.
Come on now.
And then know how to inspire you to move you to be the God that you were intended to be.
Come on now.
I just want to say that live, that I thank God that Captain Dennis and I came together. And in the short time I've been under his tutelage, getting guidance and information from him to help me better help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I've learned a whole lot and been able to grow and develop to change my life, to see things more from a spiritual aspect than a physical aspect.
Come on now.
And Captain Dennis does that. And he always pushes you to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I want that to be known publicly. No matter what people say, Captain Dennis has always told me to watch, look, follow, and take in the guidance and instructions of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He never led me nowhere else, told me to go nowhere else, do nothing else. He always told me to go there. And you can't go wrong following a man who for 68 plus years has been 10 toes down, never bent, never crawled, never scratched where he don't itch, never said to the people, give up, never bowed down to the powers. He's 90 years old, still speaking truth to falsehood.
You talking about the honorable one?
Yeah, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is 90. 90. So this Savior's Day, when he comes, you're going to hear a roaring lion. It ain't going to sound like a man 90. He's going to sound like he's 25, and the roar going to be heard from Detroit, Michigan, all over the planet Earth.
That's right. That's right.
They had a scripture in the Bible said there's a lion sleeping Judah. Who gonna wake that lion? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it takes a lion to wake up a lion. Can't no pussycat meow around a lion and wake a lion up.
I respect that.
So we got men today under the tutelage and guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan who have heard the roaring call and are not able to roar ourselves to get our people to wake up into the roar of the lion they supposed to be. So I just wanted to say that because a lot of times we don't give people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
We don't speak enough positive energy, positive words, and positivity into people and about people as much as we ready to hear gossip and slander and talk about the negative.
Come on now.
Satan got the whole world.
Yeah.
Fooled. The scriptures say he will fool even the elect. So the question is, who is the elect? Them, your preachers, your smart people, your Yale and Harvard graduates, your bishops and all these different people who have the appearance and form of God, but are ungodly.
He's speaking gospel right now.
So I'm just saying in 2024, if you're not speaking power in the people, leave the people alone. It's enough negativity and evil and energy that's outside of the true nature of us that we got to either balance it or try to overcome it because, man, you hear filth and negativity every day. Or it start from the time you wake up in the morning on radio and TV all the way till you go to sleep. It ain't nothing but filth being put out. And when you try to go put something good out,
Yeah.
the filthy people try to make you filthy with them.
All the time.
But I always told you,
Mm-hmm.
the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to us,
Yeah.
don't give attention to that which does not exist. So that means a lie don't exist. So if a person tell a lie, so what? They lied on Jesus. We ain't better than him.
Not at all.
If a person make up something, if a person try to turn people against you and tell them stuff about you so they don't like you the way they don't like you,
Yeah.
so what? They did it to Jesus.
But you know what, brother? I never cared for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't matter what folks care.
Yeah.
What folks say about you. They spit bad venom. They did it to Jesus, like you said, man. And I'm hoping in 2024, right, we can galvanize some positive energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can take this thing to new lights, right? A new lens. And, and leave those naysayers and the haters behind.
Look,
You know what I'm saying?
Peace is the ultimate goal in human life.
Okay.
Everybody wants peace.
Okay.
The word Islam is rooted in peace.
Mm-hmm.
The word Muslim, who many people unfortunately believe it has something to do with a religion, but it doesn't. It's just an Arabic term that means one who submits his or her will to do the will of God.
Mm-hmm.
So if I come up to you and you didn't know me,
yeah,
and you asked me, you said, man, what are you? I said, one who submits his will to do the will of God. You wouldn't have a problem. You said, oh man, that's all right. Yeah. But if I say Muslim, no, I ain't with that, man. Yeah. I'm a Baptist, I'm Pentecostal, I'm Hebrew Israelite, I ain't with all that. Well, guess what?
That's because they've been turned off by the nonsense, by the chatter.
In the beginning of times, show me, if you read Book of Genesis, where it says in the beginning was the word.
Not by that. Not by that.
Now, when in the beginning, we were in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness, and then God said, let there be light.
He did.
When you go from darkness to light, that represents a transition out of chaos into peace.
Okay.
Light reflects energy that helps bring about peace. What is peace? Peace is the ability to live under a condition where those who live in peace will do unto you as they will want done unto themselves. Mm-hmm. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the greatest religion is to do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. So I follow that. I don't look at, because religion is only a precept to spirituality.
Okay.
The reason you have to have religion today is because we lost our true spiritual way. So religion is supposed to give you the practice to get back to what you once were. Once you get there, you don't need religion no more. You can throw it away. Because now you live in a way of life from the beginning of time, which is peace, rooted in total submission to the will of God. Okay, or the will of Allah, the will of Yah, whatever name,
Yahweh.
Whatever name you want to call the originator and the creator. So
I tell you this. Why do you feel, right, when you're talking about, spirituality, you're talking about this community, the way of life, why do you feel, we in a situation that, we find ourselves in today? Like, why do you think the world is the way it is? Because a lot of people operating, they don't have no connection to the spirituality. They ain't operating under God's pretense. They not doing the work of the honorable one. Right? That stuff is not happening right now. Why do you think that we so confused and so dejected, and everybody backbiting, and the world is so evil, and we so quick to uplift some nonsense and negativity, right? What you think is going on with us? Is it us as people? Is it just the way of the world, or this was written?
That's
A loaded
that's
question.
that's a wonderful question, though.
Okay.
Because in that question is the antidote
What's up,
for
Melissa?
the condition.
What's up, Barbara? What's up, Yolanda?
Love, the lack of love,
Mm-hmm.
is the reason why you see the suffering of one another towards one another as you see.
Right.
Paul wrote in Corinthians, love is kind. Love is patient.
Yeah.
Love is not boastful. But the one I like is love does not record or remember your wrongdoings.
That's deep.
And in this society,
Mm-hmm.
you threatened somebody 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years later, they'll just keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
Oh man, you threatened me. Okay, when do the wrong that's been atoned for no longer be used as a means to cause you harm or discourse amongst the people?
I agree with that, though. Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes people do be hurt for years. And I understand when you talk about true atonement, that's really, really releasing that hurt, right? And forgiving, right? But the thing is, sometimes people have to understand, though, in this life, in this world, like you have the due responsibility. If you've done wrong to somebody, then it's your job to go to that person and right the wrong, right? You can't be letting 2-3 years go by without you admitting your wrongs, right?
Yeah.
If you're talking about you atone, right?
That's true.
You know, if I done something wrong to somebody, if I hurt somebody, right? It's my job to go to that person, right? In pure, genuine spirit to say, hey, listen, I may have wronged you, did you wrong, said some stuff about you, hurt you in some type of way. I apologize, right? And I truly mean it. And that means not doing it again, right? So it doesn't be brought up again.
There you go.
Right? But a lot of times folks, they don't come and tell you, they did you wrong. They just expect life to go on. Or you to have you atone yourself.
One of the Elijah Muhammad said, think 7 times before you speak. So let me do this. One of the things that we suffer, and I'm including myself, we suffer as a people, is the fundamentals of how to treat one another and deal with one another.
Okay.
There was a time when if I have a problem with you, I don't tell Brother Rodney, I tell you. And then we go talk about it.
I would expect that.
We don't do that no more.
Well,
we don't tell somebody we know going to take our side and pat our back.
Or get the word back to you.
And don't like you either. And they're going to join in on it.
Yeah.
And then it starts to spread. And then hurtful things got said and done to the point that now we need conflict mediation or resolution to take place, or it's going to evolve into something negative.
Right.
I think if we love ourselves as much as we say we do, we'd be able to know how to treat one another and express love towards one another, regardless of the flaws and faults of our people. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said he don't care how wicked and evil a black person is no such thing as they cannot be redeemed.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
There's no such thing. And he said, never turn down a person who apologizes to you. Even if you think the apology ain't real or is not sincere, never turn it down. Because the purpose is for you to learn something as well as the person who's giving the apology. So the minister said, when a man falls, he said, don't be happy. He said, learn. Learn from their fall. Don't be, a person you don't like, he fall. We be happy. The minister said, don't be happy, learn. Because the same way he fell, or she fell, you can fall. But if you learn from the fall that they had, and then try to avoid that fall, then you will be all right. But we like, because we deal a lot on emotional level in our lives. And we have a lot of people who classify. Most people don't know what emotions is. They just think if you do something out of anger, they call that an emotion. If you do something, that ain't necessarily emotion. That's a extension of an emotion. Emotions are the exact opposite of that, which comes from love.
Right.
So what you mean? Love is the supreme expression of an emotion. But what comes out of love is the dictates of emotions. And so the minister has in study guide, we got study guides, and in study guide 18, it's called Rising Above Emotions into the Thinking of God.
Okay.
So a person say, well, why do you need to rise above emotions if love is the supreme of emotions? Why do you need to rise above them? Because emotion causes you to discriminate. Emotion causes you to treat someone other than how you should treat them. But God treats everybody the same. So the minister said, well, how do you know?
Yeah.
We say Adolf Hitler is evil, and they said Mother Teresa was a woman of God, right?
They said she
Let's
was
take
the saint.
let's take them two, and we in California, it's 90 degrees outside.
Okay.
And they both step outside. You got evil and good.
Okay.
For this analogy.
All right.
The sun shine on both of them the same. It ain't gonna treat Hitler different than it treat Mother Teresa. It ain't gonna treat her no different than it treat him.
Right.
If they step outside and it's raining, they both get rained on the same. That's how God works. He don't deal in emotion. God deals in truth and what's right. Okay. So we have to learn to deal in the same way. You can dislike a person to your core, but if they have a right to have something that you have the ability to give them, you should be able to give it to them because you're not doing it out of emotions or out of kindness. You're doing it out of trying to be one with the Creator that's inside of you. So that's the goal, to become God. The Bible, a lot of people are afraid to speak in that language because they think it's blasphemous, but that's because they don't study and read. The Bible said, ye are all gods, children of the Most High God. So we little G's of the big G. But in the beginning, God said, let me make man in my image and after my likeness. So when you had your son, he in your image, and after your likeness, you the father, he the son, so he from you, so he of you. Right. So if we come after the likeness and image of the Creator, that means we are from him and of him. That means we have the ability to express him through this form.
Okay, about that.
Yeah.
So what I guess the thing is too, man, when we saying, we are under attack, man. When you talk about spiritual, when you talking about for the culture in this community, right? We got a lot of atonement that need to take place in this community, right? And that's one of the reasons that keeps us divided. And I myself, man, I may have, problems with certain individuals, people, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily something that, you choose to have these issues with. But what I'm saying is, like, we got to be real respectable out here. Like, if we doing a bunch of buffoonery, a bunch of clownism, and you just being negative, right? You being a thorn. A lot of these folks out here, they plants, right? They don't serve a true purpose. They like disruption. They come in to disregard communities, right? Divide folks, groups, individuals. And that's all for a purpose. People be doing that, right? So then that's when I be having a problem with those type of people. But then I got a problem with that overall, right? That's how we became defeated. That's how we in the situation that we in now.
Well, let me tell you the antidote in 2024 around that. You just follow the purpose that you given, and do the work, because any stoppage to respond to buffoonery is really a distraction Satan uses, because he see how close you coming to being successful in the mission. As soon as you start to do good, and you start to make stuff happen.
Yeah.
Here come all these different things out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
attacking and
Yeah.
making stumbling blocks for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But guess what you do?
What's that?
Pay no attention and keep rolling. So my greatest example is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They don't talk so bad about him for 68 years. From the government to the Jewish organizations,
Right.
to people on the street, to the Malcolm X lover, all these people.
Now I rock with Malcolm X.
All these people talk about the minister. Yeah, but
And
you got people that
I rock with the minister.
but
now.
you got people that they still believe in the government theory
What?
that the nation killed Malcolm, even though the truth one came out and his daughter did a press release with the attorney showing that the FBI sent agents in to kill him, but we still answering from different people.
Was it the FBI or the CIA? Because
they work together.
They work for that, but
it was an actual New York police officer that was working for the FBI that a brother who played like he was Muslim who helped assassinate Malcolm X. And
let me say this right there. See, that's what we be having a problem at, though.
Yeah.
You got brothers, man, that's working, there's double agents out here, right? You got people out here that's standing on the front line trying to make a difference, but you got folks, man, that hate it. And they look like us. They will go and do the work of the oppressor just to go ahead and stop somebody from doing the work of the righteousness. And that's what I be saying.
Now we have to be vigilant and alert, but you have to close your circle and your ranks. So in today's times, it's easy to close the ranks. How you do it is, you could have been friends. This is what I'm learning. I knew a guy for 20 years, but I just met him a year ago. That's heavy, ain't it? I knew him for 20. I've been knowing him 20 years, but I just met him a year ago.
You met the new him, huh?
So what that means is, I thought
you thought you knew
he was a certain type of person.
Yeah.
But once I really met him, now I can make a decision. Close the ranks, move him out.
Yeah.
Close the ranks. That don't mean that I hate the brother. That don't mean that I don't want to see good for the brother. It's like my mama used to say, I love you from a long distance. I love you from a long distance. And Mother Deloney said, so I'm telling you, I'll never forget it. She told me this during Juneteenth. It was about
shout out to Mother Deloney.
Mother Deloney, all of the wise people who put into the young people their wisdom, and we utilize it.
Yeah.
We have to give them credit for what she told me, something that made me change how I look at anybody. She said to me, if certain people, she said, if it wasn't for them being human beings, I wouldn't have respect for them at all.
Now she says that. So she says you have to have respect for everybody for being a human being.
I know what I said. So I had to sit there and I said, oh. When she said it, I said, man. So I said, okay. So I can, if I dislike you to the core, I can respect the fact that you exist as a human being because God allowed you to be here, but I don't have to like you at all.
I ain't got to like you at all.
I ain't got to like you at all.
I'm going to tell you right now. Let me interject right there. I don't like some folks in this community. It's well documented, right? I just don't like some folks, Jay. I hate some folks, right? And you know who you are. I hate you, right? Now, let me get it right because Mother be like, don't hate them.
That's right, don't hate them.
You have to respect folks, and you have, just like you said, you got to respect people because they're human beings. But I just like some of you suckers out there. That's some real stuff, though, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't hate because, for the Most High, the spirit that is in me, it doesn't even do me no good to hate nobody, right? But I dislike your actions. I dislike what you do. I dislike what you represent. Just like when the brother said, man, you got folks that live in, in your community that try to be others' community, but they really working for the other side. They really working against you, right? And I guess that's what I be having a problem with.
But you know how you can identify some people. So we've been identifying those people. We call them sellout, gatekeeper, whatever. And we've been identifying
them. The main folks that be calling folks sellout, gatekeepers, nonsense. You fools be
But-
the ones selling out.
But we've been
Going
misidentifying.
back, talking with the CIA, with the
Do
Fed.
you know?
They plants, Jay. I can't stand them,
I
bro.
know, but we've been misidentifying.
What's
Mostly black people use people getting money from the powers that be,
Yeah,
people working with the powers that be,
yeah,
as the gay people said. That's not the measuring stick.
yeah.
You know what the measuring stick is?
What's that?
Any person
Mhm.
that lack love for themselves and our people
Yeah.
is an agent.
So
So,
you know, people
so
can say that,
this how you
people
know
can
if you lack love.
People can say they lack. People can say that they love the
No,
culture.
your action.
They can say that they love. No, I'm just saying. This is what folks would say. They say, "I would love my people. I love, us and representing."
No, I'm gonna tell you
represent."
what love is. We said love is kind.
Yeah.
Love is patient.
Yeah.
Love does not boast.
Yeah.
Love does not keep record of your past wrongdoings, right?
Yeah.
If you see any of those attributes violated, they don't love. If they're
They
not
don't
patient,
love. They don't love what? They don't
they
love
don't love.
themselves.
They
and
don't
love
know themselves, so they can't love the people. Love for self has to be first. It's
That's got to be the first.
It's
and foremost.
impossible.
Mhm.
Though we think we love people when we don't love. If you don't, when you love yourself,
Mhm.
you know how ugly yourself is. You know the wrongs. You know the negatives in you.
Mhm.
You know the wrongs in you. You and the higher power know all that. So when you know those things
Yeah.
and you love yourself,
Yeah.
you're able to love other people with the same issues inside of them because
Yeah.
you know you. So I see people that I know don't mean me no good, speak ill on me,
Mhm.
but I guarantee you won't find one person tell the truth that'll say, I did the same to them, to somebody. They'll tell them, somebody may say it,
Yeah.
and it'll be untrue,
Mhm.
but I don't even respond to untruth no more. If a person lie on me, I don't even say that. I don't say nothing. I just let them do it, and I just let my work speak for themselves. That's what you have to do. That's what I've been telling you.
As a young warrior, though, man, I be having problems with that.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I just can't. Sometimes it's like you got to check that type of stuff. Like I have to. I guess I'm working on myself. You know what I mean? And this is a continuous effort. But as it stands today, like, man, you know what? I continue to keep doing the work. But sometimes I will get sidelines and sidetracked by having to go ahead and check those folks, right? I'll get in the chat real quick, right? If I have to get on folks' head who be on the podcast talking that silly stuff, I got to get on their head, Jay. It's just in me, right? It just come back from the old school ways and old ways of saying, like, man, you got to check those things. Those things is like checks and balances. But it never mean that I took time to, get in the mud and slang mud with them. I just have to go ahead and really kind of not say explain something, but you have to clarify things so folks don't get it twisted, because a lot of people out here is gullible. People will listen to what somebody said and think there's gold. And it could be a lie. It could be a lie. It could be malicious, right? Folks have that type of intent. But like if you don't stop and say nothing about it, you let lies and propaganda run rampant through the community.
But I'm gonna tell you the answer to that in a second. Captain Dennis said, "Be good to yourself first, and then you'll grow into loving yourself." Be good to yourself.
I buy that.
So
I buy that, Captain Dennis. I appreciate the words of wisdom.
Here's the thing: I always tell you, it's a double-edged sword to respond to negativity that people do or say against you. It's a double-edged sword because here's what can happen. On one hand, some people may say, okay, he dealing with him and he's setting up for himself and he's setting the record straight. But on the other hand, the enemy is in the Pentagon, in the war room, saying, okay, here's an opportunity to further divide that population. Because that DeWaun got a group with him, and the person he having the power got a group with them. And what we're going to do is send in people to feed both sides to keep it going, and that'll keep them off the focus of us and what we're doing. And by the time they get back focused, we'll be too far ahead for them to do anything to us. So my goal is to stay focused. What I notice is this. It's easy to go after black people because we ain't got nothing. And even the little positions we got ain't nothing. Like,
So all you brothers out there with the positions, right?
It ain't none of that mean nothing. The real power structure.
All you suckers with them weak podcasts.
The real power.
All you jack-o'-lantern heads that be on live every 5 minutes. I had to do that.
Nah, look, you gotta let people be. I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm going to save you.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I gotta
God permits everything in existence for a reason. He has a permissive will and an active will.
Yeah.
So if he permit 20 podcasts,
Okay.
our job is to understand why, or don't understand at all. Just keep doing what we're supposed to do.
Some of y'all need to shut them podcasts down.
No, I don't have an issue with it. I said let people be what they want to be.
If you ain't got constructive content, man, go sit down somewhere, right, man? Like, everybody want to be messy TV.
But listen to this.
Everybody want to be
sometimes
hip hop.
Sometimes the way God but sometimes the way God reveals things is through the people's own actions. Some people may not have known or been able to understand the way a person was until they put themselves in a situation, in a predicament where people can view it. So,
and we see all that sucker stuff. So right?
let people be what they gonna be.
Jay, but listen, sometimes though, man, we gotta write the shit. And I've always been under the tutelage of, man, you know what? If you are a detriment to our community, our culture, then we gotta take you out. Where that type of energy at though, Jay? We gotta be taking folks out. It's gotta be in blood. But we gotta stand for something.
We don't have that. So one thing I learned from Captain Dennis, being around him, is loyalty.
I respect loyalty.
We don't have that no more. So
why don't we got that? That's because we got all these agents.
Right. So the old school, see, loyalty is like this. Say you go out here on the streets and do something wrong, and I know you was wrong.
For sure.
I'm gonna stick with you, but I'm gonna get in your behind closed doors.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna ride your butt. Come here, DeWaun.
I respect
and
that.
I'm gonna get on you. But the world don't need to know I got on you. I'm going to get on you, but I'm going to stick with you.
Right.
Now, when you cross the line, the only time you should break your loyalty is when a person crossed the line and commit a sin against God that's so egregious that you got to get kicked out of the loyalty club.
What is so egregious that you got to get kicked out of the loyalty club?
Now, here's what you part of human trafficking. You rape people. Yeah. You're a pedophile.
Right.
You working with the government to take down good people.
Yeah.
Them are some of the examples of getting kicked out of the loyalty club.
We got some of those going on right now, though, Jalil.
But some people don't. Some people only loyal until hard times come, and then they break off. Because as long as everything good, they loyal. I learned the hard way. Who was loyal and who wasn't loyal. I learned it the hard way.
Right.
But I was grateful and thankful that I learned it because now I can make a decision. So one thing for sure.
Right.
Long as my children and my wife love me, I actually don't care if nobody on the planet love me. Long as my children and my wife love, I'm good. I go home to peace and serenity in my home. Ain't no negative atmosphere. Ain't no people angry and fighting and bickering and mad about which way the toilet paper on the roll. I don't have them problems. I go home to peace because you go out in this world every day to hell. And if you ain't got peace somewhere, you can't stabilize yourself to be the person you should be. That's why it's so easy for the filth and gossip and slandering type news to be so great, because for some reason people love
controversy
to see people down.
Yeah.
But if they love themselves and understand what they went through to get where they at, they would love those who are having stumbling blocks in their life. See, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to make a whole bunch of mistakes. But the goal is not to repeat it. and not for you to keep bringing it back up. That's like people go to jail. You go to prison for selling drugs.
Okay.
When you get out, how long do I got to keep hearing you was a drug dealer before that's no longer an issue? Unless I go back to the game. That should be null and void. The only reason you should bring up a drug dealer, me being a drug, is because I can understand those who doing it now to give them some advice and encourage them how not to keep doing it and to find something else unless they want to end up like I was or in the grave early on.
But we
shouldn't keep whooping people with what they did. Only if you do something now. If you do something today, then you got to deal with it. But tomorrow, you should be a different person.
People, they want to hear that type of stuff. Like, they don't want to let go of the old you. Like, they ain't ready for the new you. And sometimes, that type of stuff is, glamorized, right? You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I agree with you though, bro.
Man, like, Dennis said, never in history has there been a leader who did not have a Judas in the ranks.
I agree with
you. So I'm gonna tell you though, the reason why I believe that's a lie, one of the reasons, is because for you to become an effective leader for the people, you got to learn how to deal with Judases in the ranks.
Oh yeah.
But you got to also learn how to deal with Peters in the rank, with James in the rank.
Yeah.
See, what people don't know that don't study the scripture, all of the disciples punked out on Christ at the last minute. Man, he said he came down. He was about an hour left before he about to go to the cross. They in their sleep, knocked out. He woke up. Hey, get up, Peter. Get up, James. Man, he said, y'all couldn't tarry with me for an hour? An hour? Y'all know I'm about to go to the cross. Y'all in here sleep?
Yeah.
Like ain't nothing finna go down. Y'all ain't no post. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, we take the scriptures and we don't utilize them properly in some cases, because for me, the disciples are not for me to read about and be at awe about them. They for me to read about, see which one of the characters in them may be in me, so I don't punk out on the minister.
So you saying it's up to us to read those, like to read
and
the Bible.
All of them had
characters.
Like Peter.
They had roles.
Like I show you, I know a bunch of Peters. Peter was tough as heck, wasn't he? You remember when he was on the road? Him and Jesus was traveling, I think, to Damascus. But if I'm wrong, pastors, y'all correct me in the chat. But I think they was on the road, and Peter.
Shout out to everybody in the chat right now too.
Peter took his sword and cut off the ear of one of the people that had approached Jesus. And Jesus looked over at Peter like, man, you know what's wrong? And they say he put the ear back on. So my thing is, what did Peter do, though, when they took his man out? When they went to take his man out, what did Peter do? Peter, they said before the cock crowed 3 times, Peter would deny Christ. So when they say, hey, Peter, ain't that your man for the go? No, I don't know who you talking, but you just cut an ear off. You was one of the toughest cats in the crew, ready to wield the sword. Yeah. But when it came down to your man finna go to the cross, you denied him. You punked out.
3 times.
Like, I don't know who he. They point, hey, ain't that your man on the way? No, I don't know who that is. So I said, man, I know some Peters in the ring. They tough as heck. Yeah. I'm with you, man. They'll fire somebody quick. But when the real war go down, which is the war for the minds of the people,
come on now.
Are you willing to step up
and
fight before they take us to the cross spiritually and mentally, or you gonna deny your brother 3 times before we get took out?
Man, these weak brothers out here, they gonna deny you 20 times. They ain't gonna sit up there and go. They not gonna do it. You said what? I never knew this man in my life. They ain't got it in them. Like the folks of the past, Like that was the realest time that we ever had some real soldiers, right? These brothers out here nowadays, man, they can't hold water, man. Listen, man, let me deal here. Let me interject real quick. You know what? We need us to really rise back to the occasion again. Okay, we need some real soldiers out here that's on the front line that's willing to do the work. We're not talking about it. We're not crying about it. We're not trying to wait for somebody else to do it. Listen, we're going to get to it ourselves. Listen, if we don't have that type of energy about ourselves, if we ain't got that type of diligency, if we ain't sitting up here trying to be the difference, and we ain't sitting up here being on some fake flippity flop, right? That type of stuff, then it's a handful of us that's really going to be out here and ready for whatever, right? And that is short of dying, right? And that means that you really have to stand for what you believe in this community until we got folks that's really ready to band together, like everything that we said. When we talk about having true atonement, and when we saying like, hey, listen, we out here for a cause. I love what Brother Dennis is dropping. The Jews, you dropping. We not playing checkers. We playing chess. So we got to be very strategic about our moves. We are dependent on each other. So when we backbiting and we tearing each other down, you best believe the enemy is looking at all that and they exciting that, right? They want that. They don't want us to go nowhere anyway. Until we start making it an issue, we start standing for something, we living by values and morals. And that's what I respect about you, because you do have a moral system, right? It ain't just some stuff you just coming up here, put a suit on, 3-piece suit on, and just saying and quoting verses, right? This stuff got to be in you.
Yeah.
And
I always get on you, buddy. I always get on you, but I tell you,
when I be ready to go off on people's head, like, you know what I'm saying? And then people have done me wrong, though, Jalil, and you know that.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sit here and play.
Yeah.
But it's been 2-3 years, and I might bring it up again. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I get it.
always tell you,
I get it.
You can't go out on your people, especially in the public. We got to bring them to a closed door, because the enemy can care less about us, but we should have enough care about one another to resolve our problems.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
I respect that.
What a person say about me, it matters what they do to me. So you can call me all what you want to call, say what you want to say.
Yeah.
But like your mama used to say back in the day, but if you put your hands on them, we got a problem.
Oh,
so it matters what you do, not what you say.
Yeah.
So when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, do for self or suffer the consequences, that's not just meaning have create a job, be an entrepreneur. When he said do for self, it also means that you have to take upon yourself, myself, to make a change in myself to reach the goal of godliness, regardless of whom and what. So the goal for 2024 is God, but not God in outer space, not God some mystery somewhere, but God that's in you. This God is in you.
You ain't talking about the one that's in all these Baptist churches right now.
No, we talking about the one that's in you.
You ain't talking about Michelangelo over there.
You ain't gonna find God nowhere but in you. And if you look for him outside of you, somebody gonna give you a God that don't represent you.
I get that.
Black people, we all over the place. Don't you know we the only people who support and stick by every other people on the race but ourselves? You'll have black people fight for the LGBTQ rights. You'll have black people fight for Asian rights.
Yeah.
You'll have black people fight for Palestine, but ain't no black people sticking together to fight for black people. They feel like it's wrong.
Why is that though?
To want to fight. I'm gonna tell you this: charity starts at home. Yeah. If we don't get ourselves together first, how we helping everybody else and we ain't right yet?
Man, I don't know what food. You be looking crazy out there fighting for all this.
It's wrong what they doing to the Palestinians, and we know that the evil that's happening. However, they killing people in the Congo.
I do stand with the Palestinians.
They killing people in the Congo. They over in Africa doing ethnic cleansing over in what is it, Tanzania?
Yeah.
They
got 15 active wars over there.
They got all this going on. And we ain't hear nobody crying about all these people dying.
Shan King, listen, let me go ahead and get in on this. Shan King, listen, man, I see you dropping all that stuff about the people of Palestine, right? But it is 15 active wars on the continent of Africa. Ain't nobody said nothing about what's going on in Sudan. Nobody talking about in the Congo Republic. Ain't nobody talking about in the Tanzania. Right? We got all these wars going on. Our people been over there suffering for umpteen years, and we ain't said nothing about it.
Saying nothing.
But we gonna be quick to go to a battle and share all this crap about the Palestinians and Israel. Israel know they on bull crap, but the rest of the world on bull crap too. Right? We gotta call all that stuff out. It's wars here going on here in this country. And between black and white. We can't even get enough black people standing together here in the community of Flint, let alone sitting up there talking about what's going on in the continent of Africa. That's what I be trying to say. Our focus is off, though.
So we saying today, people saying I'm unapologetically black.
No, yeah, you're not.
Well, what do that mean? Because to be unapologetically black means that you gonna take care of the interests of self first.
Yeah.
Before you take care of the interests outside of self. And self, if self is black, then black comes first.
Yeah.
So that's like me, my home in disarray.
Yeah.
And it need fixing, but I'm out here fixing everybody else's home. Don't fix mine.
You know what?
That sound crazy.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, my lady told me that too. My lady told me that, like, man, listen, we can't be out here, you know, fixing up all this stuff, fixing up properties in the community, and we ain't fixing up on our own. That do look crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you, right? But that's what we doing out here. We taking care of everybody else's business but our own. We ain't even really addressing this stuff. And like when I talk about national stuff, that's one thing. But we can't even get the shit together here in Flint. They got these ARPA dollars that they done spent. They done put $40 million back into the general fund. And these is black people on that council that did this, right? When you talking about the elders around the corner need fixing on their properties, and we got funds and resources in this city, and we not allocating dollars to a true issue that can be done, that can fix, that can raise the property value here in the city of Flint. We're not doing that. But then we'll be worried about some stuff going on in other countries. We got to start looking at what's going on in our community. We got to start challenging. We got to start challenging the people that's in this community. From the head, from the head. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But listen, when we're talking about the head of this city, the administration, when you talking about city council, when you got these branches of government that's supposed to be representing for the constituents here in this city, we have to take care of home. Y'all should be looking at how we gonna really boost up the morale here. How we gonna give back? How we gonna do real charity, right? How we gonna work on behalf of the folks here in this city? Man, I get so sick and tired because we in these predicaments and we ain't got nothing to look forward to. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. Ain't nobody giving us no hope here. But we ain't looking for y'all to give us hope. What we saying is we all got to be working together. But them folks be so twisted because they in position and they think that they got the way and they trying to go ahead and get something for them. I hate that stuff, though.
I understand it, but let me clarify.
Now, that's some stuff I hate.
I know, but let me clarify this. Number one, politics ain't gonna save black people. Period.
Politics ain't.
Not at all. It ain't gonna even put a dent in helping black people.
But the finances of us really getting together and having true capital.
Because politics was born out of a system of Satan. It didn't come from God. It came from people who worship Satan. When you study the Constitution, when you study the Bill of Rights, it was written for white people by white people. Then we was added in later on. When they added us in, they put a clause in there to keep us in slavery, which is the 13th Amendment.
The 12, 13, 14, and 15.
So the 13th Amendment, if you catch a crime and go to prison, you no longer have the rights under the Constitution no more. You can be treated as a slave. So they always left her out. So politics, I look at it like this. This, and I heard Captain Dennis say this before, and I heard the Honorable Minister Farrakhan speak on politics before. It's like this. We should do what we need to do according to our ability and what we have as a unit of people to do, and whatever politicians do to add to it, that's just a bonus. But we ain't looking for it.
Right.
Now when it comes to the opera dollars to fix houses, let me tell you something. See, this is an unpopular statement, but this is true. See, me, I'm gonna speak from being a licensed contractor who be all over this city. And I'll be in people's house. I'm telling you, I'll be in some of everybody. I done been in $1 million homes and $5,000 homes. And I done been all over. And I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these people, not the elderly and the fixed income, but some of these people that's work able, retired from the shop, with bad roofs, they rather have an Escalade in the driveway than fix their roof. They rather put up a Christmas tree and buy their grandbabies $5,000 worth of toys than put a new roof up. Okay. So now it comes down to what's your priority. I know it because I've been in their house. I went in houses where they had.
Hey, I like that dude.
I went to a house on Russell. It had 3 cars in the driveway. The 3 cars was worth more than the entire block from DuPont to Saginaw.
Now hold on, Jalil. Really? Hold up. Man, hold on.
Escalade, a Maserati, and a Benz in the driveway.
Hold on.
He's staying there? Yeah.
He was talking about my house.
No, but this is what I'm saying. His house look a little raggedy, but when you go in the inside, it looked like a palace.
Come on now.
But he got it decked out on the inside. But
big shout out to all the brothers with the raggedy shacks with the plug inside.
Yeah, but the thing is,
it's about the inside though, baby.
You got to fix the outside. now, it's good to have the inside. Yeah,
that might be a decoy.
It could be because they don't want to bring attention.
Listen. I ain't doing nothing.
But listen to this. If you want to get into the real estate game, and we talking about economic empowerment, right?
Come on now.
In order to bring up the empowerment value of your community, the outside of your house has to look a certain way because what they do is they take what's called the median of the neighborhood. So say you want to sell your house, and you say, well, I want 150,000. This is what they're going to do. They're going to go and within 6 or 7 block area around your house, they're going to look at what the houses cost, what they sold for the last time they sold, and then they're going to take the number you want, the average of the houses, and then they're going to say, okay, this is about what you would be able to get, unless somebody want to give you more, right? But if you got a blighted house next to you, no matter how good it look in the inside, but the outside look like the house about to fall, you ain't finna get 150,000 in the house next to you. Look like from the outside it ain't worth but 5,000.
Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Listen, I do respect everybody, man, who take care of their house, man. Especially that inside looking good, but you're right. The outside, the value has to look good. You got to pick that trash up off the street. You got to take care of that block. Take care of that grass. Cut it. Make sure you're looking good. Because you know what? If your house is looking down bad, you bring the property value down on mine. And this is a group thing when you're looking in the neighborhood. We as one got to look at how we building ourselves, how we building our community up. We have a responsibility of making sure not only our house look good, but our neighbors look good, right? Our children are safe on the block. That's a responsibility that we grew up in. Like I remember growing up in a community like that. We was organized. Like even the brothers in the street, they would be picking up trash. Everybody was cleaning up. And don't let me finish a popsicle and then ride down the street and throw it on the ground. You know, they gonna hawk me down. They ain't gonna pull me back by the ears to go ahead and pull that up, right? And that's the type of stuff that we got to get back to. It's like really taking care of home, right? I love what we said about taking care of home. We can't be out here doing all this stuff in the neighborhoods and we ain't cleaned up our own house, right? Get back to taking care of your own, taking care of your children. And when we talk about education, education start at the house. You got to educate your children to be able to go out there and fend like this. You should be talking to them about how they going to do financial literacy, how we going to build our credit up, what type of family trust plan we got, right? And then also when we're talking about, you should start looking at life insurance as a way of investment. See, these things, when you living in these communities now, we don't be learning this stuff. We ain't teaching this to our youth, so they don't have this concept.
Why? Because we don't raise the people that pour into us like we should. We don't give them enough credit. Like I talked about Captain Dennis, but for me, Sister Linda, she like a big sister. She be on me and give me advice. And be setting me straight.
Shout out to Sister
Linda, like my big sister.
She's
and
like,
she
yeah.
keep me look.
Yeah.
And we have to let people.
But that's how she's supposed to.
We gotta
She's
let
supposed
people
to be on
know
that.
that it's people like them that exist.
Yeah.
So that they can get some of that.
Yeah.
I get some.
That nurturing.
I try to mire myself behind the path and footsteps of the minister. And the minister said, everybody he sit with, he don't care who it is. Yeah. He learns something from. All the time. So that's what I try to do. I don't care if I sit with a homeless person in front of the City of Hope down there and he talking to me, I'm trying to learn something from him. Because everybody holds value. Everybody has value. No matter how wicked they are, no matter how they upset the platforms and the things going on, they have some value. They just haven't learned how to tap into it and utilize it for what's right. Yeah. But I say this. When I speak to people, I try to always learn something. When I talk to Brother Wright, every time I speak, I learn something, or I try to part something with him to give him something. Yeah. Because we should never come to each other presence. Yeah. And don't give us something from God and us to the person, even if we just passing by. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Listen, when we be having real constructive conversations, when we be sitting down, like every time we always talk and build. Jalil, I could be upset about some stuff you did, right? You know what I'm saying? Just as a brother, right? It might be some stuff out here in the community, whatever. You might have been standing with the wrong folk. And you know that because I call you on it. I ain't gonna put you out on the net, but hey, nigga, what is you doing over there with the folks, man? That's the police. No, I'm just saying. But every time we have conversation and we have dialogue, man, it's a chance of nurturing, you know what I'm saying? And it should be going both ways. It's like I pick up some tidbits from you, right? And I'm hoping I'm dropping some jewels, right? And I think those are the things that's nation building. See, we in the habit of talking about nation building. That's what this conversation about, right? It's some methods that we need to do. It's some things that we need to challenge within ourselves, right? And we just got to get a hold of life, right? One thing for sure, when I'm even getting out this conversation right now, we got to take hold to our own affairs. Yeah. Stop being in everybody else's business. Right? That's right. At the end of the day, we all one people. But then when you look at all these different groups and fractions of folks, right? You know, we got to do diligence and a job to do, right? And so we need to be on that, right? And a lot of times we talk about asking for atonement and we talking about forgiveness and we talking about doing the work and not let it affect you. That's a hard task, folks. I know, but listen, it's very difficult. But listen, you can forgive people, but that don't mean they get to come into the circle. They would never come in. They don't get to come. The forgiveness. Yeah. The forgiveness is the hope that they'll go and work on themselves, not to do what they did that caused them to have to. Is that something that you? But they can't get it because the circle. Today you have to close the ranks. Your circle got to be tight. And here go 3 people. It may be more, but here go the 3 people I say everybody should have in their circle. Number 1, a person who is loyal. Number 2, come on now. A person who is trustworthy. Come on now. And number 3, a person who would condemn themselves even when they wrong and will let you know when you wrong. Them 3 people, you can ride with them till the wheels fall off. You should be able to, but if you got somebody like that, hold on to them. Don't do nothing to violate. Because guess what happened? This what people don't understand, or maybe they do, but don't want to try to realize. Once you violate trust, it's almost impossible to get it back. It's like the example, this lady, I seen her, she was talking to a group of college students. Yeah. And she took a piece of paper and she said, "You see this paper?" And she said, "Yeah, you see how smooth it is? And they don't have it." And she said, "Yeah." She said, "This represents the trust we got with each other." Then she took the paper, balled it up. She said, "Look." She said, "Now, we can try to rebuild the trust. I can get an iron and even iron, but the paper will never look like it looked at the beginning. Never. It'll That's never a good analogy. Yeah. So
But that's why you try to.
So we have to work hard not to violate one another's trust.
I'm talking about out the gate though. Don't try to, don't try to break the trust and then come back.
No, once it's broke,
that's what he's saying.
Once it's broke, it'll never be this. It'll never be smooth as this.
So what I'm saying is, we should be focusing on, right? You're talking about applying yourself from the beginning, from the gate, right? Being a trustworthy person, right? Being an honorable man and woman, right?
Now look, I'm gonna tell you, Captain said we need to have a vetting process when we're dealing with people. My new vetting process in 2024 is I don't have any expectations of nobody beyond them being themselves. So if they do something wrong to me, it ain't gonna surprise me, ain't gonna hurt me. If they do something good for me, it ain't gonna surprise me, ain't gonna make me happy. I don't have expectations of people beyond being who they are. It's like this.
Are you selling people short then?
No,
you don't have no expectations.
I don't have no expectations. What that mean is
they can just do whatever.
No,
I ain't gonna put them up here. I ain't gonna put them down here.
No, what that mean is you can't surprise
you who you are. You are who you are.
Right. What that means is you can't surprise me. I hope that we all strive to become one with God Himself. But on our road and travel to get there, how some of us do it is different than others.
Yeah.
It may be some hiccups, some bumps in the road.
For sure.
But I'm not going to judge the person for their hiccup. I'm not going to get on the person. The things that I'm going to be on is like this. If you tell me you with me, and you say we solid and we together on the mission and the cause to change, then I'm with you long as you're doing what's right. When you do wrong, I'm not with wrong, but I'm not abandoning you either, throwing you away. I'm going to come try to find out why you did the wrong. We're going to work on the wrong. And if you did the wrong in public, you got to correct it in public. If you did it in private, we can correct it in the privacy.
That's right.
But what we can't do is allow it to keep going, and we don't say nothing, because what happens is it becomes a cancer. Then the cancer begins to spread.
Yeah. And
then we coming in when it's in stage 4 trying to deal with it, and it's too late.
Shout out to you, Sister Linda. Peace and love to you. You absolutely right though, bro. You absolutely right. Like, man, we be trying to address the issue at stage 4, right? You know what I'm saying? You got 3 years, you got 3 hours left, right? You know what I mean? We trying to fix the problem.
3 hours, and we trying to fix
one thing.
Just like I give you 2 things: the water crisis issue and this opera fund stuff, right?
Yeah.
Really, all of this griping and talk, it's too late. It's too late. Everything already been done, and the deals was already made a while back. A while back. Everything you see now is people saying, we don't care if you know, because you can't do nothing about it. So now you're going to cry, hold meetings, protest, and it still ain't going to change. You still ain't going to get no money to fix no houses. It still ain't going to happen. So guess what you do? You just go find a way. If you want to help fix an elderly person's house, go make it happen. Don't depend on them to make it happen. Just go make it happen. Find a way to make it happen, because it's been done. We have to be.
Are you telling me right now on 1/4 that those $40 million in ARPA dollars, that money gone? We ain't getting it back.
If it's been accounted for already, you're not getting it.
It's in the general fund.
If it's in the general fund, you're not getting it unless they decide they want to give it in a manner they want to give it. But we should stop looking and trying to force people to do something that's not in their heart to do. You know what that look like? You know what that look like when we be trying to make them do what's right by us?
I agree with that.
Guess what that look like?
Listen, I ain't asking nobody.
Guess what it look like to young people?
I ain't begging nobody to treat us right. I'm not asking to be treated fairly. None of that.
I'm going to show you what it look. My nephew, 23. You know how he look at when people be protesting, crying about how they ain't doing us right? You know how he said that looked like to him? The way it looked when we was trying to sit at lunch counters and make white people feed us in their restaurant because we was black. And we sitting there, we ain't thinking that, why we want to give somebody that hate us our money and make them give us food. We don't
y'all lost, Jalil.
we don't even know what they did to the food in the back if they gave it to us. but we at the lunch counter talking about we got a right to eat your food the same as you feed it to your people. That's what it looked like trying to make politicians do right by us. Man,
you crazy. I ain't going. I agree with you on that. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere where I ain't want it. Yeah. And I'm definitely eating your food. Listen, Bada said, hey, how you doing there, Miss Bada? Bada said, listen, it's too late now, but where were you when we needed you in the beginning?
Look, I'm not even on that. I don't care where you was when we needed people in the beginning. That's over with. I'm at the here and now. What are people ready to do right now to help improve the quality of life in our community? If you're ready to move out, let's move. If you're not ready to move out, then stand out the way. Because now we at the point where we in the end game.
Yeah.
So now we at the point is this what we'll do. If you stand in front of us, we'll try to go right. If you move to the right, we're gonna try to go left. If you move to the left, we're gonna try to go under you.
Yeah.
But if you stoop down, and after we don't try every means to get away from you, to do what we need to do, then we're gonna go through you. That's how we gotta do. So we don't try everything, but then now we're gonna have to go through.
So that means that we
accomplish what we need.
That meaning now it's time to get active.
We should have.
That means it's time to move some furniture, right?
We should have been active.
Yeah.
But all this holding, always hitting. We need to hold people accountable. Hold yourself accountable for not being grateful that you woke up this morning and gave honor to God for allowing you to have the breath to breathe, the mouth to speak, the ear to hear, and the eyes to see with. Then go out talking about accountability on others. Because until we're accountable of our own actions and what we do wrong every day, that God knows what we do, but other people may not know.
That's right.
We can't be running trying to tell other people to be accountable because hypocrisy will never win. Never. I don't care how good you can talk, how good you sound, how good you can do anything you do. If you are a hypocrite, God will not let you be successful over a wrong person because you just as wrong. You just putting on a suit of goodness to make it seem like you right. And so we got to check ourselves. I'm about self now, fixing me. I got a whole bunch of wrong inside of me. I need to fix.
Yeah.
And if people go, and if I don't need no help for nobody to bring it out and tell me how bad I am.
I ain't gonna tell you how bad you is, you my brother, man. But you be standing with some unhonorable figures. not the name. I'm right with the days. They all to the good. But the fools you be working with in the community, man, them guys is terrible, Jay.
I'm gonna put it like
they ain't no good, Jay.
But let me tell you like this. Jesse Jackson ain't been to the meetings with the minister.
Jesse was terrible.
Yeah, but he been to the meeting. Why you think
Jesse
the minister
was the reason why MLK got popped?
Yeah, but why you think the minister won't turn him down and deny him access around him?
Jesse would deny the honorable Farrakhan 3 times. I'm telling you,
he probably would.
Folks ain't right.
He probably would, but
I can't have the type of character.
But you got to see why the minister would allow him to come around him. It's because, like I said before, everybody has
a role.
Value.
Everybody got value.
Everybody has value. But if we can't just throw the value away because we have a problem with it. Now, I'm like this. Some of the people.
Some of the people we need to.
Some of the people we need
to.
Some of
them people, especially the ones you be standing with.
Some of them
we need to tie them up and put them in the trunk, throw a stick of dynamite in there, and let that ride off.
But that's only if they violate it. But
they violated though.
No, they had to violate the number one law, not just not helping the people and saying they are or doing wrong. The violation got to be they tried to injure an elderly, they tried to injure a child, they in human trial. We can't just use that method on people because they ain't doing what they supposed to do and they say they represent something when they're supposed to be doing something.
If them folks is going against the grain, if they actively trying to dismantle and tear down another brother or sister, I hold that in high regards though. I can't even say like that's like hurting the elderly. If you sitting up here going out your way to be detriment to another black man or another black woman, I hold that in high regard. You going against.
But guess how you supposed to deal with that first?
You're going against the whole setup.
So it's levels to that. When they first do it, guess what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to try to call a meeting with them first and say, look.
We met like 30 times.
I know, but you don't meet that much. I'm just saying the first time you call them in, you say, look, okay, you did A, B, and C.
That's right.
We have a problem with it.
That's right.
They explain why they did it. Y'all work it out. We say, okay, after this, we done with this conversation.
Yeah.
We done with what happened.
Yeah.
Now, if you do it again,
yeah, I'm
not calling you to enclose meeting. I'm calling you out to the public.
But that's where we get.
And you let them know. You letting them know before you do it, because a lot of people just do it. And my thing is calling black people out don't accomplish nothing, even if they agents. You know why? Because somebody always got somebody that love them, and they gonna stick with them. I told Brother Rodney that before. We was talking about the man. I said, everybody in Flick can hate him.
You said the white man?
No, we was talking about the mayor.
You talking about the white man?
And everybody in Flick can hate him. But guess what? His daughters love him. His wife love him. And then there's people that like his daughters and love his wife that love him. So guess what you do? You causing division without calling. You ain't trying to cause it, but you call because you attack somebody who people love. And people love the people that love, and it's people that love him. So now you thinking it's only about this one man, because the rest of them ain't doing it, it's just him. But now they like, I love him, so what you do to him, you doing to me. So now we done created a divide because we attacked him in the public, whether right or wrong about what he did. Yeah. And now the people that love him looking at you a certain kind of way, and then people that love him, you ain't gonna even know. You might walk past a young person and they frowning at you. You like, hey man, why you frowning, man? It's a good day. You that guy that was talking about my friend's father, wouldn't you? And you like, what you talking about?
And so what, bud?
No, because you want to win. You want to win. How you vote? This right here.
I did call him out. So what you gonna do about it, bro?
No, because you want.
What's up?
You that brother.
What's up?
This right here just turned into this.
Right, man. Listen, man.
Because you want to keep.
It's go time.
But you want to keep. It's like this. It's a way to be respectful. In disagreement. Yeah. So I give you an example. Say.
Sometimes I got to pull this stuff out though, right?
Yeah, but say you disagree.
Sometimes I got to step on some toes.
But say you disagree. But say you disagree with votes by council members and how the opera money moving and administration.
Okay, come on, talk
rather than call them out by name and say something about them negative.
Like what we do.
You do this.
Like with the recall against the jail.
You say, look, I disagree. You would say publicly, I disagree with the way the vote was and the decisions made, because I think this would have been a better way to do it, and leave it like that. You don't say, well, this person voted like that. They don't care about us. That's why they vote.
But if they vote on the same stuff, that go against the people, what do you call it?
It don't matter.
Hey, what you mean it don't matter?
Because
if I voted for you, listen, if I'm in your ward, now listen, but think about this in the democratic process. If I'm in your ward and I voted for you to do the work on behalf of us in this community,
right,
and you voting against me, what do you think I'm gonna look at you like?
Well, we don't know.
You think that don't matter to the people who put you in office?
If you in my ward, but here's the thing.
No, it should matter. Even if I don't even live in your ward.
We don't even know if the majority of the people in the ward have a say in the vote. A lot of people say this is what they ward want, but did they send out a survey to the ward and then make sure they collected them to see what they really wanted, or did they listen to 5 or 6 people out of 9,000 in their ward and just said, I'm gonna ride with these 5 people? See, don't nobody know what the ward really want. We use language that is deceptive. We call it deceptive intelligence. I'm just saying, if those people there ain't even that many people involved in politics in Flint to even say they care about what's going on.
If those people coming up that's living in that ward that say, I don't like how you vote. I disapprove.
Right, but how many people was that?
Disapproval rate.
How many people was that?
If that's
10,
enough,
20?
if that's enough to get you on a recall list, then that's quite a bit of people. All I'm saying is I don't care. But listen, I don't care if it's like 10, 20 people. If I'm representing a certain ward in this city, and 10 people tell me, "Hey, I think you need to reassess how you vote."
You know,
you know what? I can't say I don't care. It don't matter. I don't care what y'all 10 people think.
You know, one of the
I'm about to do what I think is best for the other 500.
Some people do that, but you know, one of the ways people get people to sign
like petitions and things like that.
When they doing the recall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was at my sister's house and this guy came. She and Dr. Lewis ward, and the guy came in. He didn't know me, and he didn't know. So listen what he telling my sister. He made up a bunch of stuff. He was like, sometimes the truth will work better than making up stuff. But he was saying stuff. Look, he was saying stuff that Dr. Lewis didn't do. He was saying stuff that didn't have nothing to do with her, but it sounded good and it would make you not like her. So when he got done, he didn't know I knew about what's going on and who I was. He said, "You want to sign?" My sister looked and said, she looked at me and she said, "What are you talking about?" So I told him, I said, "Man," I said, you'd have been all right to just tell the truth. If you would have just told,
what did he say?
If you would have told my sister.
What did he say that was a lie?
Oh man, he lied. He flat out lied. He said that Dr. Lewis was working for Mott to take the city from black people so that they could take it over. And that's just a lie. We don't know who worked for Mott because we ain't got no paper showing a person's name on there. They said that about you, and I went off on them. They said, "Man, the brother sold." I said, "No, he ain't."
Who said that about me?
Yeah.
Who said that on nonsense?
You know,
I'm going to take that there. Who? Art?
Yeah, you know,
Art.
You
talking about Art. Ain't nobody think about you wussing.
But
let me tell you,
the thing
I've always
is,
been a stand-up figure. You wish you could rock like I do.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I'm still in the mud and the trap every day. Nothing will take
people
away from what I represent. No, let me say this though real quick.
people use lies.
I don't like when
when
people lie though. You're right. I agree with you. Since you made that analogy, I agree with you. People be lying and saying all this nonsense, and they just be lying. Right? You're right. You ain't got to do all that, but you should know a person. You should know a person.
Just like they try to spin, you can't make me dislike a person because you try to spin the narrative that she took money.
Don't be lying, boy.
She took money from who was the for Halloween, and you say Quincy took a lawnmower. Man, that don't impress me. That ain't gonna make me.
I rode by Dewey and saw him on the Cadillac lawnmower, bro.
Right, but that ain't gonna make me dislike him because you know why?
That's a $13,000 lawnmower, baby.
You don't
and they said he charging folks. He's charging folks to cut grass.
It's other people who got more than that and ain't said nothing. There's some people who doing stuff and they calling out somebody else's stuff and hiding theirs. Okay. So I don't care about that. You know what I care about? How they treat me when I deal with them.
Yeah.
And that's how I deal with them. I can't. If they treat you wrong and treat me right, I can't dislike them because they treat me right. I can't dislike them if they treat you wrong and treat me right. What I can do if they do wrong to you, that cross the line.
Then you got a big step.
Then I'll cut you off.
Okay, let me put this in perspective, right? The brother, right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks will say a bunch of negative stuff about people because they don't like it, right? And I agree, right? Even if you don't like, I don't care if you don't like a person, you ain't got to lie against that person. You ain't got to tell no fibs. You ain't got to call people and say, "Hey, why you going on his show?" You ain't got to do that old sucker stuff. Nobody respect that nonsense. That's clownery, right? If I don't like a person, if that person has did something that's been a benefit to this community, I would still point that stuff out just as well as you talking bad about somebody. If they doing good, you got to point that stuff out too. Well, right? Don't get your own feelings in the mix of this. I'm just saying, because people be doing that type of stuff. Don't get into your feelings about what you feel personally, because you just may be a weak individual.
I'm putting it on
some of y'all boys is weak.
I'm
But what I'm saying is,
I'm a work in progress.
What I'm saying, I'm a work in progress. You see me up here.
Because my goal is people that I don't like, I still want to see good happen for them if they doing good to get good. But right now, I'm at the point, I don't care what happened to you, good or bad. I just don't care, period. But my goal is to be like the minister. If you do good, you should have a good reward.
Yeah.
If you do bad, you should be dealt with according to the bad that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm at the point where I just don't care. If I don't care, if somebody called me about
be sure to like and subscribe to Fli-City Blackout. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. I don't care about people who don't care about me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get to how the minister is. The people that don't care about the minister, he still love them.
Yeah, when you raised the point about Jesse Jackson, you know what? That brother hurt my heart. Right, but you're right. The minister just has a beautiful spirit. Like, man, I respect the minister for what he represents, because the brother is just so humble and he does it with ease. It's just a wealth of knowledge that brother has, right? So he can deal with the snakes. He can deal with the snakes. He can sit down and eat.
Trying to show us how to be a God, because I gave you the analogy in the beginning.
Yeah.
The sun shines on the wicked as well as the righteous. Can
you
you be like the sun?
What's up, Kevin? We see you out there, baby.
Can you shine?
Shout out to you, Kevin.
On the wicked as well as the righteous, like the sun.
Okay.
Can you be? Look at this. Look at how everything in harmony with God except for man. Mm. Gravity do what gravity's supposed to do, don't it? Anything below 1,500 feet, you drop it. Anything above it, there's a slow pace till you get to it, then you speed up, right? Mm-hmm. The sun shine on the earth. It don't say, look, I don't like those people on the earth. Them some wicked people, so I'm going to hide my light, and y'all just going to be in darkness. The sun still shine on the earth. And the earth, and look at this. Now, I'm going to say this science. And this coincides with how you and I are one with God.
Okay. Talk to me.
Did you know that it takes 500 seconds for the blood to circulate throughout your entire body? That's 8 minutes and 20 seconds. It also takes 500 seconds for the sunlight from the sun to reach the earth's surface.
Hold that point. I see you, Brother Dennis, man. You're right, man. Brother Dennis was hurt by Jesse too.
Oh, yeah,
man.
I know Dennis.
He took 100 FO. I feel like, Brother Dennis, man, I'm channeling that energy. I'm channeling your energy right now, man. I'm feeling that.
But you hear what he said? The minister made me apologize.
That's what I'm saying. The minister just full of wisdom, man. He see these things.
Yeah.
Man, but I'm just saying, it take a lot of self-control.
It do.
To
but
be
we
in
have
those
to rise above emotions into the thinking of God. So if a person asks you, what's at the core of the sun to make the sun burn like it do, somebody gonna try to give you a scientific answer. They're gonna say it's the atom of it's the atom fusing itself into itself, generating heat. The first atom, right? But guess what's really at the core of the sun?
No.
The mind of God.
Hold on, what you
the mind of God.
Is that where?
Is at the core of the sun. God's thinking set everything in motion in the universe. So he's at the center of all things. So if he at the center of all things, where is he at in you and I? If he at the center of our mind, is he at the center of the universe in us? Yeah. Or are we allowing somebody else to dictate that center and we got him high, head off in the back somewhere? So we got a lesson called English lesson C1. And the question is, who is the original man? The answer, the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God. Come on now. Of the universe.
Now you talking gospel.
That's the original man.
You talking gospel. Now I got to agree with this, brother.
Now, guess what's going on? We not original no more. We made people.
What you mean? What you mean?
You've been made by America.
I know the hell I was.
We always made by America.
I was born here.
No, you know what made by America means?
Living, dying.
the
practicing these
culture,
democratic practices,
the culture
of America.
and ideologies of this country was
Man,
bred into our people during slavery, and our people carried it on. So now we trying to come up out of being made back to being original.
Listen, I ain't thinking about no America. And you know what? I'm making my way back to Africa. I'm looking at dual citizenship in Ghana, right? Also Uganda too as well. So man, listen, I ain't thinking about, this Western way of living over here. These folks got this country messed up. That's why in a minute we in so much debt. You see all these other countries that's becoming superpowers, right? All what they need is nuclear war. I mean, all they need is nukes, right? I'm looking at this as a global scale, right? So I could care less about what's going on over here. I ain't made by no America. I know what you mean when you say that.
Well, you're not making
I come from my own values of the culture, right?
But this is how you made this how the rap music that we listen to.
What you laughing at, Dennis?
That's not our music.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Brother James. I see you, baby.
Shout out. We make the music, but who promote it? Who pay us to do it? And what do they pay us to do? You got this sister called Sexy Red, and I love my sister, and I'm praying and hoping.
You listen to her music?
I'm praying and hoping she come up out of that, allowing the enemy to use her to continue to downgrade the Black woman and put her further into the depths of debauchery so that she can come up out of. The Black woman is the most mistreated woman on the planet Earth, bar none.
Hey,
bar none. She's the most mistreated woman on the planet Earth. She not respected by her own Black man. She not respected by nobody on the planet. And people like Sexy Red, Nicki Minaj, they giving ammunition to continue to treat our Black women like that. So guess what? The ones that are not like that got to step up and say something to our young sisters, pull them to the side and let them know the struggle and the hardship and the condition that people got to go through to be respected on this planet. And the things that they're doing is feeding into the filth to continue the disrespect and Black men. We got to learn to value the woman. The only way we don't value the woman is when she violate her value. If you deal with a woman and the woman violate her value and if she intentionally give it up, then the only thing you have to do is just have respect for her as a human being and do right when you should do right by her, but you don't have to go no further. Because we all can give up our right to be considered human and be put back in the animalistic stage. If I do something so egregious and gross to somebody in society, I lose the right to be seen as a human, and I'm considered a savage, uncivilized. Once you become uncivilized, we hold out the olive branch to bring you back to civility. But if you want to stay in the savage world, then we have to deal with you according to how you want to bring yourself to us. But we always leave the door open for us to come out of the animal stage to the human stage to the godly stage. Them are the three stages of man and woman. And a lot of our people living in savagery because you got an enemy who uses our ignorance to keep us down. Yeah. And they pay us for it. Don't you know it ain't really no good rap on no radio stations? To hear something good and positive, because listen, words can save, create, or destroy. Words have power and energy in them. And what you say and you put out in the atmosphere can be attracted like an atom to the person's mind and start to develop and grow based on what you got out there. So how atoms work is like this. When you was in school and they told you H2O is water. H2O is one atom of hydrogen, two atoms of oxygen, merged together in what is called a covalent bond. And that bond creates water. So what kind of bond is created from the words being spoken out of the filth in rap that's causing you to merge to it, and you see our young people acting out the words that's being said in the music that's causing us to treat our culture like it's the most filthiest thing on the planet. And a lot of people judge the youth. I don't judge.
What's up, E? We see you
The
on there.
minister said that this youth is the most powerful youth born on the planet since we've been over here.
Come on now.
To bring us out of this condition. They just need guidance.
Talk to me.
From how they act and do things, but how do they get the guidance? We, us. In our neighborhoods, our neighbors, we got young people next to us. We need to be pouring into them.
Come on.
And talking to them. We don't leave them alone. And when you ask people, man, what you doing? Oh, man, I'm staying out the way. No, I need you to get in the way. I don't need you to stay out the way. I need you to get in the way.
Come on now.
Because our young people looking for it. You know, when people say they stand out the way, you know what that means to me? You selfish as hell. That means all you care about is you. You selfish. But guess what? I be throwing up analogies when I be talking to my wife. I say America get locked down. And you can't leave your house for a year. And you got the only house where food been saved up to survive. And people notice you survive. And guess where they coming to try to make sure they survive? To your house.
Coming to your house,
so guess what you should do before that happens? Teach everybody around you how to do what you're doing. How to store food, how to can, how to save up toiletry, how to have the things they need in case they get locked down. Because the more people who know, the less chance you become a mark for them to try to survive. So we can't be found selfish in these days. We got to be found selfless in these days. But I wanted to say this before I forget. Sister Linda Muhammad has a bus going to Savior's Day in Detroit, February 25th. The bus is $45 round trip, and that gets you into the venue to hear the minister and brings you back.
Come on now.
The pickup is at in Detroit, going to I think they call it now. What's the new name? It was Cobo Hall, then it was TFC. Now it's some new name.
What's up, Eric? We see you out there, man. See, my brother got Fruit Gems, man. Big shout out to Fruit. And also, man, big shout out to Eric Patrick Thomas. We see you out there too, brother.
So 2024, like Captain say, we know all the negatives. What we should do now.
Sister Lennon says the Huntington Center.
Huntington Center. Okay, yeah, Huntington Bank took it over. So what we
Is
should
that the
do,
old Cobo Hall?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it don't change 3 times since we've been going there.
For sure.
So what we should do now, when you got a chance to come on this podcast, the majority of it should be positive. Even if negative exists, you should find a way to put a positive into the negative so that the atmosphere of positivity controls what people hear coming from you, because you want to pour into people, not pull out of them.
So let me, on that note, right? Definitely though, man, we do want to, lead with positivity. I know sometimes we have to have real hard conversations with each other. Sometimes we do have to call each other out. So if I've called you out, right? If I called you out, it's because I sat down with you and nothing got nowhere, right? So the thing is, but we do want to be about positivity in 2024. We want to be doing something that's constructive for this community. We want to leave a lasting memory. Right? We don't want to be talking about all the problems that we done had with folks, all the dissatisfactory feelings that we have for each other. Let's leave that out, right? No, to be honest with you, sometimes you gotta get that out of you. I ain't even gonna hold you, right? You gotta get that out of you, and then nevertheless, you want to end with positivity. So we are attending Savior's Day. We want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Sister Linda Muhammad for coordinating the activities. Big shout out to all our brothers and sisters that's in the nation that's getting to it, right? I appreciate folks like Miss Janice Muhammad, right? You know what I'm saying? That was legendary. We just practiced Kwanzaa. Big shout out to Sister Audrey Muhammad, everybody who came through doing Kwanzaa. We appreciate everybody, man, because at the end of the day, it's going to take all of us to get this right. So we do need to have these methods and these ways of life. We have to come together in these positive moments, right? Create our environment, right? Be fruitful, right? And those things is important. So I don't ever want to be getting off on, I guess, on the wrong tip, man. I appreciate Captain Dennis, man, for dropping these jewels in the chat. Don't get it twisted. I'm a very positive person. You know, I'm just breathing in a bunch of negativity around me right now.
But what you have to
don't ever forget, though, we do have to go ahead and lead by example, because we have to show these young people the right way.
But what we have to do is work on ourselves, and we got to follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said we have to learn to love our people more than they hate themselves.
That's right.
Now, that's a hard task.
Very hard.
Especially when you got a lot of people be acting up and acting a fool. It's hard. However, we can do it by, number one, being an active example. Meaning, we don't need the camera or the news media to show people what we're doing. We just go do it. And then let the people tell the people what we did. We ain't got to say nothing. Just let them tell it. Or if they don't tell it, so what? God know what we did.
Yeah.
They'll know that you did something when they see you moving up and progressing. And I wanted to share that before we close. There's a difference in moving and progress. Making motion and making progress. Them two different things. I seen Denzel Washington giving an interview and he said, you can run on a treadmill, but you ain't going nowhere. But progress means you moving somewhere. We got a lot of motion, but little progress.
Come on now.
So progress, in the word progress is the word pro and then gress. Okay. Pro and then gress, progress. So we have to be more proactive than reactive. You see that word pro? More proactive than reactive. Our people are reactive people. We need to be more proactive than reactive. And we have to care, legitimately care about the condition of our youth outside of our, some of us are getting to the age where we closer to the grave than we are more years ahead of us. So we need to be thinking about the youth, not just behind us, but the ones behind them, and setting it up for them to be able to move us progressively to the next level.
Right.
Because all we keep doing is repeating. 60 years ago, we fought for civil rights. 60, 70 years later, we fight for the same civil rights we fought for back then, to do the same thing we wanted to do back then, because we don't want to do nothing for ourselves. We keep thinking a benevolent person from politics is going to change our condition. So now you got people gearing up to tell you which devil to run for. You should vote for. Biden or whoever going to be the Republican. Listen, when Satan casts out Satan, there's going to be a change. You got two people that's Satans running for office. And you got a bunch of people fighting over which Satan going to rule.
Yeah, you're right.
But then we go and talk about how much we God need, how much we pray, how much we depend on the Lord, how much we love Jesus. No, listen.
So if they don't vote,
vote for yourself. Vote for yourself. Get up, get out, and go do something for self. And whatever politics give you outside of what you get for yourself, make it a bonus, but don't make it what you need in order to survive. Because if we waited on the water crisis to give us the money they owe for what they did, poisoning the people through a conspiracy, and we thinking that's going to be the payday to help us out, we'll be sitting there twiddling our thumbs, turning gray, waiting for it to happen. You got to get up, get out, and go get something for yourself, and God will add unto you the works of the fruits that you bear. But if you don't work, and you just pray and wait. James said in the Bible that prayer without works is dead.
Listen, we're gonna wait for another 10 years to this money drop. Now, dude, man, the folks do need to get paid though.
Man, that little bit of money they finna give us is disrespectful, slap in the face, is wrong on all levels. However, I'm done with it because we at the end game now. You can come in the ninth inning, down 10 runs with 2 outs, and you got the bases loaded, and you think you finna hit a a grand slam to try to come back and you strike out. It's too late. They don't did what they had to do. We can't be reactive all the time. We need to be proactive sometimes. So now what we need to do is find, I don't say just like-minded no more, because there's a lot of people who say they like-minded. Let's find the people that's actively working to make a change and put the heads together of the active working people on a program, economic program, educational program, health program, having our own, like we got the grocery store. This is the example I wanted to say this at Kwanzaa, but I didn't get to say.
Shout out to Reverend Flynn. Shout out to the North Flynn Food
Listen,
Market. Shout out to Reverend Thrill Care.
We got the North Flynn.
Shout out to the whole team on the North Side.
I told Pastor Flynn this. But listen to this.
In the food desert.
Pastor Flynn will tell you, I told him this. He'll tell you if he white, he'll tell you. I said to him, it ain't enough to own a store, but all your products come from the enemy. We need to own the products going in the store.
Come on, speak, brother.
That's when you got real. We got a store, yeah. You own the building, and you own the operations of it. But everything that's gonna be in there gonna be from our enemy. So we need to own the farmlands that produce the food, to put the food in our store. We need to own the products, the hair products. What good is it to have a barbershop and a hair salon, but we still buy the clippers and the hair from the enemy? Why we can't own the clippers, own the hair, and own the barber? See, we got to think next level. We've been thinking low level for 100 years now. Let's think next level. It ain't good enough to own a barbershop. Now we need to own the clippers. We need to own the cleaning solution. They clean the clippers. We need to own the lights that they put the clippers under to sterilize the clip. We need to own the chairs that they sit in to cut there. That's what we should be talking instead of just owning a store. We need to own every product that's real black owned. That's black owned. That's where we need to go.
We got to fan you off, brother. Okay.
I'm just saying, that's real. That's where we need to go. We've been talking. Listen, I think my daughter, you ask my daughter, you say, McKenna, or what you want to be, what you want to do. This is what she gonna tell you. I want to fly planes, but I want to own the planes I'm flying. She next level. So she's saying, look, I want to learn how to fly, but I want to own the fleet of planes.
Come on now.
That's next level.
I respect that.
It ain't good enough to be able to fly the plane and say, well, it's a black woman flying the plane. No, we want to own a Boeing. We don't want to own Boeing 777. We want to own McKenna 252 planes.
Come on.
We want to have our own plane. We don't want to own the enemy's planes and be in their franchise. We want to build our own planes, use our own parts for our own plane, and then this is our plane. See, that's thinking next level, because we be thinking we want to own a car dealership, right?
Yeah.
But whose cars you selling? Who can do you? Is you selling a black man's car or your enemy's car? So you own a dealership and you making money. This Rodney's auto car dealership.
Yeah.
And you doing good. We glad a black man owns something.
Right. Come on now.
But everything that you do is contingent on your enemy still. You buying his cars, selling them for him in order to enrich him so that you can get rich to keep your business going. How about we own the factories that make the cars, we build the car, we use our own engineers to develop the car, and we have our own fleet of cars sold by our own auto dealerships.
Come on now.
Why we don't think? Because if we think and talk like that, we are speaking into existence in the young people. We might be a little late to make a lot of that happen, but if we speak it and put it into the young people, we may live long enough to see a black car, black factory, black auto dealer. Everything is for us, by us. And even to the boat and the nuts that they put on there to hold the parts together. A black man owned the boat.
Come on.
He owned the nut. He owned the strut.
Yeah.
He owned the control bar. He owned the rims, the tire. Everything is ours. We own it, and it's from us, by us. That's the level we should be speaking on and to bring it into existence, because that's the only way we can get from up under the enemy that holds us down. Because right now what we do is, I own this, you own this, we own buildings, we got real estate, but guess what? To maintain it, our enemy provide everything for us to maintain it.
I think, man, not listen. The brother was dropping some facts on that. I ain't even gonna tell you everything you just ran off. You was on point. If we gonna own something, let's own the pieces, let's own the product, let's own the building, to the stock on the shelf, right? That's just how you had. That's how you had to be. Did you holler at Reverend Flynn about where's Reverend Flynn?
I told what I did was Pastor Flynn. I told Pastor Flynn the name. See, you know, people don't ask us. The Nation of Islam owns farms that produce our own food. So I connected him with student minister Sharif.
That's in Atlanta.
Who is in Atlanta, who is over the
distribution.
He's over the it's called Yours Supermarkets.
Okay.
Those are the name of the supermarkets the nation owns throughout the country.
How many supermarkets?
I know it's one in Atlanta, it's one in one in Atlanta, one in they just opened up one in Detroit, but it ain't called Yours. It's some everywhere. We need them in every city, but it's some in the major cities you'll find one.
Yeah.
But we use the food from our farms in the store.
Oh, for sure.
And then what we don't produce on the farm, we use black people who produce it. So like we got a black guy that produce honey. So
Is that brother from Flint? You know we got a beekeeper here in Flint.
No, the honey we get come from Atlanta. It's a brother. So we get cereal, orange juice, honey from a black company. Even hot sauce and seasoning is owned by a black guy. But we produce the bean, rice, lentils, some more stuff. So the lady might put it on the thing. It's some more stuff we produce on our farms, and you can buy this food
on the website.
Like I just got navy beans, red lentils, black beans, and some soap, because we got our own soap too.
Is it black soap?
Black soap, not soap made by a company who we buy.
I'm talking about it's a black bar soap.
No, we got soap, peppermint, goat milk, lavender, soap produced by he make it from scratch. Him and his wife.
I had some of that.
If you come to Savior's Day on Friday or Saturday, there's going to be venues set up inside of the Huntington building where you can go find it. You're going to find the people who selling it. They'll show you how they make it. But our farm sell it. We buy, my wife loves it. We buy a box of it. I like the peppermint. The peppermint one. But
what's my brother's name? 19 Keys. 19 Keys. Big shout out to 19 Keys and them, man. My brother Troy. Shout out to brother Troy Muhammad in Detroit. Big shout out to my brothers out that way. Brother Ben. Shout out to brother Ben X. You know what I'm saying? Man, I rock with the brothers, man.
See, we got to do better at speaking
truth to power,
but then speaking new reality into the youth. The youth can't do what they don't know. So if we don't tell them, like right now, people still tell their children, baby, you want to own this and own that.
Be sure to like and subscribe and share to Fli-City Blackout. Everybody like that page right now.
But we don't tell them the next level. Like when I talk to people like Omar, courtside barber, I like him, what he doing, because he got the mobile barbershop. He spread out. But I said, look, you need to own the clippers. Find and see if it's a black person that produced clippers and make them. We need, but look, when you own the clippers, this next level, Rodney, not just the black man make the clippers, but every part that make the clippers is made and trademarked by a black person. See how that's next level? And it ain't nothing wrong with that. That don't mean we kicking other people and what they products and stuff to the curb. What we saying is we need to develop, do something, and have something for ourselves before we keep coming to these tables, sitting and helping everybody else get up and eat, and we still starve.
That's right.
That don't mean we don't like people, or we hate people, or we against people. No, we saying we need to get ourselves together first. And before we close, I wanted to speak on, I had told Sister Cynthia I was going to talk about the borders and what they call the illegals coming over, right? I told her, and I'm saying it for the record for me, don't get distracted and have a problem with the Latinos that's coming over. It ain't them. It's the government. It ain't them. Don't have a problem with them. But also, don't get so caught up in it that you forget us. We got to help ourselves first before we can help anybody else. It ain't wrong, or you shouldn't feel bad to say, black first, then I'll help y'all out. Even though the Browns suffer the way we suffer, the Indians suffer the way we suffer, but the question is, how many people you see come to our aid to bring us out of suffering the way we come to their aid to help them out of their suffering? Just like I told a person before from the church, I got a lot of good pastor friends that I respect. Pastor Paul is one of them. I respect him. That's my man. He cool.
Yeah, I rock with Pastor Paul.
Now listen to this though. I told him one time, if a white pastor from a white church said he believed in Christ the way you do, and he see black people in the black church suffering, but he don't come to your aid and bring help from the white church, he not your brother in Christ. How many white churches in the city of Flint or in Genesee County stood up to fight against the wrong that happened to black, brown, and poor white people during the water crisis? Come on, I'm gonna wait. Give me some money.
I'm gonna tell you right now, them brown brothers, man, them Latinos and Hispanics, man, they'll be coming to your aid. When we talk about black and brown, we talk about Black Lives and put the plug in for Black Lives. Shout out to everybody who supports Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter Flint, national, global, all of us, man. We represent. Be sure to come down and support the group down here. We down here located 2712 North Saginaw Street. You want to help out, volunteer, make a contribution, whatever, man. We need your support so we can continue to stay out there on the front line. Shout out to our chair, brother Hubert Naheem Roberts. Shout out to our Peace Corps brother. Yeah, right, the legendary. Man, that's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? He in Detroit right now. Had no business, man. He'll be back soon. Shout out to our Peace Corps big Reverend, brother Rodney Thompson, right? You know what I'm saying? Thomas, I'm sorry, I said Thompson. Thomas, I'm tripping.
Thomas, brother Rodney X.
Rodney X, yeah, that's Rodney X.
Rodney X, he don't know his last name. Rodney just mean unknown. You don't know what your last name is.
Rodney Thomas X. And then big shout out to our brother, man, Darius Hollis, right? You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to
Brother D.
That's right, man.
Now, you know what I want to say this about Brother D. Brother Darius.
Yeah.
Me and his interaction always been real.
Yeah.
I always used to tell him, man.
He come from a Christian standpoint.
But listen, when he would call me, if somebody said something about me ill, he would call me and tell me as soon as they did it.
Yeah.
So I could deal with it and we can talk and correct it. And I said, dang, there ain't too many people left like that. Some people like to hear garbage about people.
Yeah.
But in 2024, I'm putting it on I ain't nobody's garbage can. You can't come dump none of your garbage on me about nobody. I don't care what they did. Don't bring it to me. Go take it straight to them or leave it in your head. I ain't nobody's garbage can this year. This year, it's about the goal is God and getting our people up to the level of godliness and our youth ready to move us progressively forward. And we can't do it if we stay stuck on stupid. Stuck on stupid. What's being stuck on stupid?
My granny used to say that.
Being stuck on stupid is we worried about what council doing. We worried about what.
Well, I got to admit, brother, I got to be worried about because them
folks, they don't.
They in position.
Don't you know? I told this.
I ain't saying I'm worried about them. I ain't saying I'm worried about them, but I'm saying though we have to hold them accountable.
I'm not holding them accountable. Listen to this. This is what I'm
doing, bro.
I'm holding myself accountable because they don't make my life. I do. Don't you know?
They don't make your life.
Don't you know? It ain't nothing that the
I'm talking-
president
I'm
do
talking about in a law.
or anybody do in politics that help me live and do what I do. I do what I do because I get out, I go out and make it happen. Now, there's no laws, nothing they doing that's helping me. I just make it happen. Now, if I was doing something that counted on them to make a law to make it better for me, then I might feel a little more, want to be a little more involved to get them to do it because I live my life by choices they make in office.
Okay.
But I don't. But what I do, I don't need nobody to do nothing for me.
Now,
but
if
just
you need-
leave me alone.
If you need to go down,
And let me do what I do.
Go down there and get your. If you needed to go down there and get your workers permit, you do.
Nope. I don't have a workers permit. So
But you gotta go down and get to get a permit on the building.
oh, but
you
I
gotta
go
down
pull
to
a
the
permit.
city.
But that don't have
You
nothing to do
gotta-
with council.
It could be on some bullcrap down there.
No.
Like, yeah, we ain't rocking with you.
No,
Access denied.
no. You don't go through council. You go to the building office. You fill out the form. They look on the computer and see if you licensed, and then they just say $140 or whatever it costs for the permit. Now, where you can have problems with them at is if you don't get along with them when they come out, they can assess your job with a magnet, with a with-
fine too.
it'd be like, okay, DeWaun, this is 1/4 of an inch off. You gotta fix that, and then call me back. See, they can do that, but that don't have nothing to do with politics.
All I'm saying, so for us though, real talk though, yeah, they don't govern my life.
Not at all. I did good during
All
the
I'm saying
pandemic.
though, let me say this though. All I'm saying is, when it comes to everybody else as a collective, they have a role and responsibility to the people. That's what I'm saying.
Guess who the only people should be looked out for in the community?
The
When it
elders
comes-
and children.
The elders and children and those who can't look out for themselves because they may be mentally challenged or whatever. Then what should go to them by human right, not by law or government, but by human right. Then you fight to get them that, but don't care about them trying to make life easy for you. You make life easy for yourself.
Look what what Captain Dennis just said. Captain just said, politics, it will touch some aspect of folks' life. That's just some folks. It may not be you because you're an independent contractor, you do your own thing. I'm saying right? But most folk in this community though, brother, they need some type of, let's say, democratic order, right? And that stuff touch and affect their lives.
But you
whether
know-
we know it or not.
but
Just like you talk about the elders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good if we could just go out and put new roofs on all the elders' places because we had the finance to do so.
But you know,
But when we got the dollars downtown that could be allocated towards seniors and support and renovation of property here in the city of Flint, we need y'all to do that.
but you do
That's
know,
a
you do know the democratic process, the word democracy came from the Greek word demos, kratos, the Latin word demon, krasi, which means devil, rule of the devil, or rule of the wicked. So I don't believe in a democratic or democracy. I believe in a way of life that's rooted in peace and submission to the higher power.
Shout out to the Democratic Democracy Defense League, Mama Claire.
Yeah. Because I'm with you. I understand that
That's all.
that locally politics can affect people immediately in their life because the way their life is set up, it filters through that process, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. What I'm saying is that those people usually don't go down there and bicker and fight and complain about not getting what they should get. It be the people who don't need it that's down there. And they be saying they doing it in their behalf, but it never reaches the people who really need the help. Like right now, all the bickering, fighting, complaining, and talking about people and recalling people, how has that helped the elderly person with the roof that got a tarp on it and water coming through? How does it help? Ain't their roof still leaking? Ain't the tarp still up there?
The roof is leaking.
And is they gonna get any money anytime soon to fix it?
With this current democracy setup, with our current branches of government, you know it's gonna be difficult, right?
Right.
But the thing is, though, man, listen, I'm a do.
So what should you do? Go
gotta
find
do for self.
Go find somebody else. So you got a lot of people with a lot of money around here. I'm telling you, if you got friends, like, say you got a cat, even the street people, you can go to the street. Hey man, I got nephews, great nephews in the street. Hey, look, man, let's say for instance, we talking about Mother Deloney need a roof. I don't know if she's doing that, but
If Mother Deloney needed a roof,
look,
I will go.
But look what I'm
put
saying.
the roof up myself.
I know, but look, this is the example I'm getting. Say she need. I go to the street.
I would go tear
to
up.
my nephew. I say, hey man,
I would go tear
I
up.
need
I would go tear up. I would go
$6,000.
tear up Neely's roof and put that roof right on Mother Deloney.
Nah, you can't do that. But listen, I go and I say, hey, we got an elderly, in the community that need a roof, and it's $6,000. I need y'all to make that happen. They come. I got the skills and the people.
What's up, Brother George?
They bring me the money. We go put the roof on. That's what we got to start doing immediately while we waiting for them to help. Immediately, the people who are in an emergency where the water is pouring through, we need to hit the community, hit the people. Hey, man, look, that lady down the street from me, OG, man, we need $6,000. We going to put a roof on her house, and we need to do it immediately. We collect it, go put it up there. Then if they finally kick in and start doing them, then all praise is due to God. But until then, we have to find a way to make it happen, because she can't wait for them to get it together to do what they got to do. She need help right now. That'd be my point on why would we be fighting each other and going after each other when we should be trying to demonstrate coming up with solutions to deal with an immediate problem, and then hope while we're dealing with the problem, the people who got the means and resources will kick in and do what they're supposed to do. But they can't sit and wait. They can't sit and wait, because the water gonna keep coming. They ain't gonna stop coming in while they waiting. And then it might get to the point where you can't fix the roof because so much water got on the trusses. Now the wood is rotted. Now she need a whole new truss system. And to do a truss and a roof, they're not gonna pay for that, because that's almost the price of what our whole house is worth. So now you in another bind. So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this, that close your ranks, stand with those who earn the right to be stood with, and don't worry about the ones that are not. Don't speak on them. Don't bring them up. Don't talk about it. Just let them be them, and everything will work itself out. I'm standing with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to the end. I ain't gonna punk out like the disciples punked out on Jesus. That's why I study them to make sure I don't punk out. Because you can punk out.
You better not, man.
You can punk out different than how Peter punked out, how Judas sold it. You can punk out by just not doing nothing. Did you know that? So
that's what motherfuckers doing right now. They're punking out doing nothing.
So if you know that the mission is to resurrect the mentally dead black man and woman back to themselves with the knowledge and information you have, but you just sit on it and don't share it, you punking out on the minister. If you ain't going out and every time you cross the path of a young person, you don't say something to him. You won't even say hi or peace or how you doing, young, but you just walk past him. You punking out on the minister. You don't have to do like the disciples did in the last hour. All you got to do is don't do nothing while he here, and you punking out on him already.
We got a lot of folks that's been punked out, unfortunately. That's the case. We got a lot of folks that's punked out and ain't gonna never be about nothing, man. It's time to bring real man back.
But we can't worry about them. Let them go, brother.
We gonna let them go, but we thin, brother. We thin.
We thin, but guess what? 10 righteous, unified. No, let me give you the example in a minute. Let me put it like this so you can really see the power.
Oh, good.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said one time in Savior's Day, he said 100 righteous people that were disunified was weaker than 10 unrighteous people that was unified. And you like, what? It's 100 righteous. So look at the analogy. You got 100 people that's righteous, but they don't have unity. They don't work together.
Okay.
And you got 10 people that's unrighteous,
Mm-hmm.
but they work together.
Okay.
They stronger than the 100.
Yeah.
So the goal
In
is,
some regards.
to be not unified, but collaborative in our efforts towards the same goal. And use your talent and gift that God gave you in the mission. You don't have to come join me and do what I do. Keep doing what you're doing, and let's find a way to make it work together.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we do it. Collaborate. You don't have to change yourself to be in the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Just change your active work in the mission. Be more active. Do more in the mission. Be willing to suffer. Be willing to be ridiculed. Be willing to get a little knot upside the head. You may go to jail, and you may have to die for the cause.
Come on now. Where that's it? Where that's
Be
it?
willing to do it.
Be willing.
Be willing. Because some people stop it going to jail. Some people stop it dying. Everybody ain't gonna go all the way.
People stop before all that. They ain't stop because they ain't gotta go get up and work tomorrow. They gotta go to work in the evening time.
But look,
I gotta go to work. I gotta work third shift.
Hey,
we on the line right now, man.
I'm gonna say this for real. I genuinely love all my people.
Brother Riley, listen, boys tapping out before we even get to the war. Listen, man, I got to go do some stuff in the water. I think I can make it. I ain't got nothing else to do.
I know. But look, I genuinely love my people. The good, the bad, and the ugly, for real.
If somebody tell you, listen, I might be there, man. I don't think I got nothing else to do. Hey, we got the war tomorrow, man. Listen, everything. If we don't win it, we all dying. Like, man, I might be there, man. I don't know, bro.
on DeWaun's tip, I go back to scripture. It's a time and a place for everything. In the book of Ecclesiastes, it's a time to sleep. It's a time to wake up. It's a time to go to war. It's a time for peace.
Man.
It's a time to kill. It's a time not to kill. So it's a time for everything. What we have to do and understand and know is when to be on time with time. Because sometimes we be out of time, and that's why when we speak and do certain things, it don't have the effect that we would like it to have because we did it before. So Jesus, look, Jesus said, I'm gonna close with this. For my church people. Jesus said in the book of John, he said, it's expedient that I go away. For if I not go away, he, the Spirit of truth, will not come to you. For I must go to my Father. So this is what he's saying. He wasn't the one to bring you the supreme knowledge at his time, because the world wasn't at the height of its wickedness when he was on the set. They was wicked, but if Moses was to come to America today, he said, you have to give me something more than a staff and a rod to deal with this Pharaoh. The minister said, if Noah was to be here today, he'll build his ark and book. He'd get up out of town. So it's so evil and wicked. It had to be somebody to come after him who would bring supreme knowledge and information to guide us and take us out of the hands of Satan back into the loving arms of God. Christ was the example of that, but one had to come to show you how that example would live in the flesh and be carried out. And there's nobody on the planet that I see as a greater example than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You can take it, let it alone, disagree all you want, but I followed the man since I've been with him for over 20-something years. I read his history, I looked at his works, and don't nobody fit the description of a comforter to us and black people, brown people, red, yellow, and poor white people, more than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Everybody don't know his story. People don't read. It's our fault, those of us who are members, for not doing a better job and letting y'all know about him. That's our fault. We accept our apology, black people, brown people, red, yellow, poor white people. Accept our apology for being derelict on our duty, on letting you know about this man. But I'm telling you, he ain't never sold us out. He ain't never took the other side against black people. He ain't never said he scratched where he don't itch. He always stood. And when a man willing to go through that much hell to bring us heaven, the least we could do is stand by him and help him to bring hell to the hell raiser.
I respect that, man. I do respect, the honorable Louis Farrakhan, man. The brother is a legend, man. I did not know he was 90 years old, man. I just appreciate what he has.
He don't look 90.
Nah, he don't look like it. I just appreciate what he represents, man.
You didn't know he was 90, Brother Remy?
I just appreciate what he represents, man. That brother been standing the test of time for a long time. Right? And ain't never switched up.
And we gotta let the young people know about him.
Young brothers, we
they got to know. They got to know it's a black man that won't bend, won't bow, won't break, and look at this: a black man that the whole world is afraid of in power.
Come on.
They said they was gonna bring it before Congress. The man said, "Bring me before Congress. You ain't got nobody in Congress that can handle me. Bring me before Congress. Why? You ain't gonna bring him before Congress. He exposed all of y'all and the whole world to see your nakedness for what it is. So they don't want to deal with him. But guess what's happening? A whole bunch of little Farrakhan's being made, and his people that the minister on inspired, instructed, and guided, that they can't even deal with. So they really can't handle him. You got a student minister, Nuri Muhammad. Student minister, Dr. Wesley Muhammad. You got little brother Ben X. You got Rizza Islam. You got Cam Dennis. Look at these people. Look at these people who the minister inspired, and the enemy can't handle them. What do you think they're going to try to do with the minister? Nothing. But we need to let the youth know about there's a black man, there's hope. Don't think it ain't no hope. Don't think all is lost. People it ain't no real leaders. It ain't no black leader. That's a lie. The minister is bigger than a leader. That's a disrespect to just say a leader. He's bigger than a leader. The minister is the saving grace for the entire planet. Black, white, red, brown. If the minister wasn't sent by God, then show me somebody who sent somebody by God and show me that they did what he did. Otherwise, let's just go on and give the man his due and do what we should do. The minister never tell us to harm nobody. He never tell us to do wrong to anybody. He always tell us to go into ourselves and meet with God, have a conversation, and try to mend the relationship so that you can become one with who's inside of you. He never tell us don't like a Christian because they believe in Christ. He never said don't like a Jew because they follow Judaism. He never said he never told us to hate white people. That's what the enemy said. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, know your enemy. He didn't say hate them. What good hate gonna do? That's just a fiery emotion. But if you know them, you know how to make decisions to deal with them, don't you? So that they can't harm you or cause you harm or anybody around you. See, rising above emotions into the thinking of God is a heavy thing to study. When the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan gave us the study guides, he called them self-improvement, the basis for community development. Self-improvement, here go yourself, improving yourself, is the basis for community development. What community is he talking about? The first community is yourself. You know you're a community in yourself? Well, what you mean, Bro Jalil? Here's your community. You have thoughts, ideas. You have emotions. You have a will. All of that is a community of yourself. you have to get that community in order and bring it under the one rulership of God. And then you can start to think like God and do things with your hands and your feet that are of God. And so then now a person can say he walks in the spirit. Because when we don't strive as a goal to become one with God, then everything we do outside that is going to be a struggle.
It's a struggle right now.
It's going to be a difficulty because God wants you and I to come back to him. He don't want you to think you got the answer and he ain't got it. No. That's what we do. We start for leaving him out of the equation, thinking we know better than everybody else and that we got the answer and we do what we think is right. And we struggle, move an inch, go back 2 inches, move a foot, go back 3 feet, and we be one man, why I keep going? Because you ain't surrendered yourself to the God in yourself to let the God in yourself lead. When God leads, there is no backwards. There's always forward progress.
Come on now.
But when Satan is on the scene, he'll show up looking flashy, like he forward progress. But you will notice you ain't went nowhere your entire life. You've been in the same place, same predicament, same circumstance, and you feeling so down and depressed that you want to give up, but you just keep going. But that's how you lose hope. Hope comes in accepting that God is in you. Mother Deloney say, what's the saying y'all say?
I know me.
I love me.
I know me.
The
I
higher,
accept me.
The
I
higher,
love me. I forgive me.
The higher
power lives within me.
Lives where?
Lives within me.
So if it lives within you,
that's right.
Mother Deloney is telling the youth at the Freedom School, if God lives within you, you don't need the preacher, me, or nobody to tell you about God. All you need us to do is help give you guidance and understanding to tap into the God. That's it. Because every man and woman is for themselves when it comes to that. No man can bear the burden of another, and no person can take on the soul of another person's soul. So whatever you do is for you, and whatever I do is for me. What I do, I can't pass it on to you and say you get credit for it with God. Whatever I do, I get credit. Whatever I do wrong, I get the punishment for it. You don't bear the burden, I bear it. If I can't bear your burden,
and I accept it.
So the Quran says it like this in Surah 13, Ayat 11. It says, Allah, God, would not change the condition of a people until they first change themselves in their own soul. So as much as I would want council to change and to work together, they all got to work within themselves to change their own souls. And even those who think they right on council got to go to the mirror and go in themselves and say, sometimes it's better not to be right, but to be in unison. Because if you got to be right, somebody got to be wrong. You can't, right and wrong can't come together and bounce off. So who gonna be the bigger person? If it's about the people, then forget you, deny yourself for the people. Deny yourself. Jesus said, I denied myself. So deny yourself for the people. So if you want to prove a point and you might be right about something, ask yourself, is it worth me bringing it to the floor, causing a debate and an argument? If it ain't going to change the condition of the people, I might as well leave it to myself and move on, because the goal is to bring positivity, quality change to the people in the community. And if what I'm doing is disrupting it or distracting it, even if I'm on the side of right, I'm still on the side of wrong. Because the people not getting what they want, they only getting what we showing them. And then we got them taking sides. Don't you know how bad it is when people say, you got 5 councils. Okay, but it's people that's on their side. And then you got the other 4, and it's people on their side. So guess what? The people on their sides ain't going to come together, because long as they be, the people that ride with them going to be on Facebook and social media beefing, going back and forth. And you ain't going to see nobody say, all of this bickering and beefing, when do we say The people is the important factor, not us. We don't need to prove a point. Because to me, if you gotta prove a point, that means it's something about yourself you don't like, that you need validation. But if you love yourself, back to where we started, if you love yourself, you will love people where they are. You will have respect for them as human beings, no matter what they do. And you will know how to deal with them and keep the focus of the mission. So, again, Sister Linda Muhammad has a bus going to Savior's Day on February 25th, leaving the Corona Road Walmart. You want to get a hold of her to catch the bus. It's $45 round trip to Savior's Day. It's on a Sunday, February 25th.
Come on now.
Call Sister Linda at 810-391-3911. That's 810-391-3911. And let's fill up the bus. Let's take some people down that's ready to hear a word that would not only change the life and condition of how they see the world, but will put them in active motion to change the community where they live around them, which will ultimately build up and change our circumstances that we're in. As Dr. Claude Anderson said, it's not one, we don't have one Black community in the United States. Because to have a Black community, you have to have three things: control over your economic base, the ability to give jobs and keep people sustained, and number three, the power to put people in office that you want in office. We don't have that. We don't have not one Black community in America, but you do have a community in the Nation of Islam. You have a community in the Hebrew Israelite. You have a community in the Moorish Science Temple of America. You have a community in all of the groups that's trying to raise the consciousness of melanated people to understand that we're greater and bigger than what we've been downsized to and told that we are. So may God continue to bless you, Brother DeWaun. May you continue in the process of the 8 steps of atonement. Because the first step is someone must point out the wrong, and the second step is you must recognize the wrong that was pointed out to you. And then finally, when you get to the 8th step, which is to have a perfect union with God and a union and understanding with those you may wrong, then you can begin to grow. Some people may not want to be in the process of
Brother Rod.
All right.
We about to lock it
We're
down
going to
right
close
now.
it now. You may not want to be in the process of
I need you real quick.
Of atonement, but we got to do it. We got to do it in order to get to where we need to go. So we inviting everybody to come out. Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad, when he comes to Flint, when we find out before Savior's Day, we'll inform everybody to come out and hear from him to give us a message and a word to help get us ready to receive the minister of Savior's Day. So once again, I want to thank Fli-City Blackout, Brother Rodney, Brother DeWaun. One thing I want to say from my heart about Brother DeWaun, regardless of the ups and downs, the barriers and the different mistakes being made, or things we got to do better. DeWaun, since I know you, you've always been consistent in doing something to try to help the people. So that's what mattered to me. I don't care who trying to help. If you help it, I'm there to help. When you hurt, then I'm out, I'm gone. And if you hurt to where it hurt, then we got to get rid of you. So
if I ever went against that, I don't mind being taken out. Because that's how real it is, right? You got to stand for something. You're going to die for anything. So, man, I appreciate everybody, who's on the chat. Appreciate everybody who saluted, who made a stat, who shared, who liked it. We appreciate, we appreciate everybody who tuned in to Fli-City Blackout. You can catch us on the broadcast on Facebook Live or YouTube. Be sure to like the channel on YouTube as well. You know, we just trying to have some real constructive conversation, right? We really want this community to move forward, and we're gonna do that. Like the brother said, man, if you're not helping, you hurt. So I can say, man, I appreciate all the folks, Brother Dennis, Sister Linda. Make sure you tap in for Savior's Day. We'll be out there in Detroit. We got the bus leaving from Kwanzaa Road. We all on there. We loving, we building. You know, we're gonna continue to stay strong, be soldiers on the front line for what's right. And so, you know, just continue to keep, man, just rocking with us, man. Appreciate you, Brother Jalil, man.
Yeah.
And you always come with the fire.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then we're gonna be back in the mix. So we'll be bringing Brother Jalil back in. We'll be bringing Brother Dennis in. Let us know about Brother Ishmael.
Yeah, assuming Ishmael
Okay.
come, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right, man. We tapping out. Man, appreciate y'all. Keep sign in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to Fli-City Blackout. Get this information out there.